Good evening, everyone. It's Rob here. The other day, somebody asked me, Rob, do you use any indicators? And I said, no, I don't. I just sort of read the price action and I trade off my fire lines. That's pretty well all I do. And it was left at that. And then I started to think about it and I went, well, maybe I do use an indicator. And I've got it up in front of me. And in fact, not only is it an indicator, it's probably the most powerful indicator that you're going to get. And it's as simple as a 1-minute chart. So as you can see in front of me here or on the screen is a 1-minute chart of Bitcoin. Now those two yellow lines that I've got drawn on there are a straddle, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But I just want to show you what my indicator is. All right, as I said before, it's a 1-minute chart, and you can either use a line chart or an area chart. It's entirely up to you. In this case, I'm using an area chart. And then what I do, I believe it's a 50 period moving average. Okay, that's what this red line is. That's all it is. It's a 50 simple moving average. And I've squished the chart right up. See, so that's what it would normally look like, but I've squished it right up. So it's kind of, all I want to know is when the thing goes back on trend. And I'm going to get to that term in a minute as well, because that is very important. Okay, so that is my indicator. 1-minute chart, 50 period simple moving average. But of course, you're free to use whatever average you like. And depending on the market, some markets that move very, very slowly, you might use a 20 period average. Some of them that move like lightning, like perhaps crude oil or NASDAQ, you might space it out a bit more. Anyway, okay, so let's get rid of this chart and I'll bring in my entire desktop. This is it, folks. That's all I use. That's it. I've got the fire lines, which you can see on here, those green lines. This is the value area. And as I said before, these lines are a straddle trade that occurred around 9 o'clock this morning after the CPI numbers came out. All right, so if you've been following the fire lines, you'll know that we want to go long off of our straddle, which is what we do. So here we are here. Now what I'm going to try to do is just bring up, I'm going to make it real, it's going to be really obnoxious color just so you can see where everything is. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. So you can see here, we break out here. Okay, there's the break of our straddle. So we're looking to go long. Now, let's notice over here on the 1-minute chart, on my indicator, notice the slope of the moving average right there. It's bullish. It's going up. It's rising. That gives me very strong conviction that the momentum is moving to the upside. Because sometimes we get these breakouts of our straddle, but oddly enough, the 1-minute chart is actually downward trending. And we have a way to combat that, and we'll be talking more about that in the future on a future video. But for now, we're just going to talk about being on trend, and then we're going to talk about going back on trend. All right, so here we go. Everyone makes their trade right off the open. I think, I don't have the nerve to do it, but a few of you did. And up it went, and you were very handsomely rewarded. And it takes it, and the market moves up to its second target here. Notice over here on the 1-minute chart to your left, it's still, the momentum is still very, very strong. And people are going to say, I know what you're going to ask, and we're going to talk about it on a live stream 11:30 Eastern time with BullBarbie. So that's coming up, and we're going to talk about exactly this situation. When you have a very strong market, we've hit a fire line, and you can see, I'll spread it out a bit, it hit it and started backing up. How do you get back on? Well, that's going to be part of our topic on Friday. So I'll leave that until then. Anyway, so the market continues up, keeps going, right? It's keeps going. It pulls back a little bit, but we are still bullish on the indicator, and it continues higher. But then look what happens over here. I'm going to switch over here. Now the market or I should say the indicator, or really the 50 moving average, it starts to plateau and it transitions to bearish. Now, we are by definition now in a bull market. We're above our upper value or line. We're above the value level. We're way up here, right? We've passed the second target, and it's pulling back. And that's okay. So this is the period that I say, or to myself, I call, we're going off trend. Off trend is the term that I use. So if we're ever in a room or in another live stream or anything, and I say that the market's gone off trend, this is what I'm referring to. I'm referring to my indicator chart, my 1 minute, turning from bullish to bearish. All right. Now, of course, the reciprocal to that is, all right, now I want to go back on trend before I instigate another trade. So here we are. Now, here it's come all the way back down, and it's bounced off our second fire line. Our second upside target bounced, and it's coming back down for a retest. Now, this is tricky to see. And I'm going to show you on Friday how we're going to get around this. But the key here, the key takeaway is we've got a strong upward surge, trend, I should say, sorry. And the market over here has now turned from bearish to bullish again. Now we are back on trend. And of course, we carry it on up. And up it goes. Then it transitions again, and it falls and goes off trend. And we can see, obviously, the price is coming down off of the third target, right? The third target was hit, and now it's pulling back, right? We're pulling back. Sorry about this. I'll figure this out one of these days. Back, down it goes, and then it goes back on trend. And we can see it continuing higher from that point until where we are right now. And that's it. So we are going to go into depth on this on the live stream on Friday, BullBarbie, 11:30 Eastern time. I hope you'll all be there, because this is very cool. And this is going to really take the trading that you're doing now. It's going to make a big, big difference. It's going to introduce a few more opportunities throughout the trading day. The straddles and the break, hold and go, great stuff, no doubt about it. That's sort of the beginning of this methodology. Now we're moving up a step, and we're going to take it to back on trend. And then another little surprise that I'm going to introduce on Friday as well is the Fibwit. Has nothing to do with Fibonacci's. It's just the Fibwit. In fact, if you Google that, you might find something. I used to teach it about 20 years ago, and it's still valid today. All right, I'm getting hungry. I need some dinner, so I'm going to call that a wrap. And we're going to see you, if not tomorrow in BullBarbie's room, we will see you on Friday. Take care and play safe.